let's go ahead and create an opt-in, right? So last week we created an opt-in. So let's go ahead and do that this week as well. So basically they land on your site, they go through a quick quiz funnel, and then once it's complete, they have to enter their email and their phone number, right? We don't necessarily need their name, but we simply need their email and their phone number, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So my AI platform of choice for that is Claude.ai. And I'm simply going to ask it, uh, I want a script for WordPress PHP that creates an opt-in email, phone number, and it needs a short code. So let's use the short code. So basically the short code means that we simply put this piece of line on our site, and that's where our opt-in is going to displayed. So we're going to say PPCB opt-in, right? And then I want a script for WordPress PHP that creates an opt-in email, phone number. It needs a short code and should collect the phone number. So USA phone number. So that means there's going to be USA phone number validation, and validate that the email is correct. There we go. And the submit button will say get access now, right? So there we go. Oh, and actually, before we even do that, so while it's even thinking, we can actually just stop it and say, but before that, let's do a 2-question quiz as well, right? So question 1, right? This is for you, Ariel. Are you a US citizen, right? And then question 2 is, do you make less than 50K per year? Boom. So let's see what it programs. Now, basically what it's going to do is going to start writing us the whole script. And because it knows it's for WordPress, it's basically going to write the code specifically for us to copy and paste into WordPress. So for now, while it's doing all of that, let's go back into our WordPress site. Now, I presume that everybody knows how to use WordPress. So, or at least you've tried it, or in the future, you're going to try it. So if anything, that's the most important. So now that we're here on our main page, we're simply going to go to the top here, top left, and we're going to go into dashboard. And then here is our backend for our WordPress site. And the plugin that we need in order to just simply copy and paste our code is we're going to go to plugins, which are like extensions for your browser. And we're going to install a plugin. Right. And then here on the top right, we're going to type in WP code. And actually, it should be just add plugin, WP code. And all you have to do is simply go ahead and install and activate, right? So once that's installed and activated, you'll see on the bottom right here, or bottom left here, that you'll see the option for WP code, which is called the basic code snippets. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And then here is when we start creating out, this is the section where we start pasting our code into it. So we're going to go ahead and click add new. And we're going to go ahead and add your custom snippet. So add custom snippet. And then PHP snippet. And then we're going to name it basically Leo's opt-in with quiz, right? So now that's good to go. Let me just minimize. I can't see my own things here. PHP, show full meeting. No, I don't know how to move that. And let's go back into our Claude. All right, so still going. Now, keep in mind, what happens is you're going to program it. There might be bugs, right? There might be like it says error, or the information just doesn't get passed, or it's not doing exactly what you're asking it to do. So once that happens, you simply go back into Claude and you say, hey, it's not doing this thing, right? So it'll analyze the code and it will say, yeah, you're right. Let me fix it, right? So that's literally how easy it is. Imagine you have your own employee, right? If you've already used ChatGPT, you've already done your like basic documentation, all you have to do is just chat with it pretty simply like that. So here we go. We have our script. We're going to go ahead and copy it. And then we're going to go back into our WP code here. And boom, simply paste. So here is our code. And we're going to activate. So now it's active and save snippet. And what's going to happen now is that on the left side here, we have our new menu option, right? So this is where our leads will potentially even come in. So our new menu option has been created here for PPC B leads. The previous 2 weeks, we created Rajesh's SEO plugin, right? So that's a very, very simple plugin for SEO purposes. And then we created Leo's opt-in version 1, right? So now we have version 2, PPC B leads. We're going to go into that. And currently, we don't have any leads. So we know what the shortcode is, which was the 2 brackets, PPCB underscore opt-in. So let's go ahead and create a page for that specifically. So I'm going to go into all pages here. And we can see all of the different pages that we created for our tutorial purposes. But let's go ahead and create a new page. And simply for the purposes of our tutorial, we don't care what the page itself looks like. So I'm going to publish it just to show you guys what it looks like. So Leo's opt-in V2. We're going to default template, publish. All right, thumbnail video. Okay, there we go. Much better. Now I can see you guys properly. And let's go ahead and see what the page looks like without our opt-in. So this is, pretty much nothing here. And we're going to go ahead and put our shortcode. So it's PPCB, I believe, and then opt-in. We're going to hit update, and then we're going to go back to our code here. Okay, so there we go. Are you a U.S. citizen? Yes. Next. Do you make less than $50,000 per year? Yes. Next. And then email address and phone number. Okay, so let's go ahead and test out our thing. ppcbasic.com. And then phone number, I guess it would be 888-432-1234. There we go. And let's see what happens. Actually, technically, because we didn't program where it's supposed to redirect to, so it's probably going to redirect us to some random page. But essentially, this is at this point, when we click Get Access Now, we have to program in or add in an input or connection where the information will go. But for now, it'll probably just redirect us to some like random location. So success. Thank you for signing up. You'll receive access details shortly. Amazing, right? So any questions as far as that's concerned? Like literally we just programmed ourselves our own opt-in within like 2 seconds. Now, let me actually go back here and say in the admin dashboard, add a webhook URL that I can paste in to where the info will go. And then what else? And a URL to where the person will be redirected to, right? So an input box URL. And now it's going to basically program those into our code. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of time because it has to go through, kind of reprint the code perhaps, add a bunch of stuff in there as well. So while we wait for that, let me just open this up. All right. Anybody have any particular questions as far as this is concerned for now? And keeping in mind that this programming thing, like right now it takes maybe a couple seconds, maybe a couple minutes or so, it's going to get even faster and faster. Like it's already, I started doing this like already 3 years ago. And at the time you could only use the web interface and it would only allow you to like write very, very small scripts to do like very simple things. But nowadays it'll just literally program for you the entire thing that you need, right? So if you want a 3-question quiz, a 4-question quiz, a 5-question quiz, if you want like very particular validation, if you want like anything happening like very complex in the back end, you can do that all through here. Obviously, you need to also kind of understand, for the more advanced guys, you need to understand like where the information is being stored, where you're passing it to, security things as well. So no one's like going onto the URL, throwing in some like really crazy numbers and digits and like special characters to basically hack into your site. So you have to make sure that you're programming with security in mind as well. But number one, it's going to get this coding thing is going to get even faster. So in the future, like maybe even a year from now, it's going to basically like program almost within 5 seconds, and it's going to be even more secure and even like better. So we won't even have any bugs in the future. And for this like short code, now I can basically just copy and paste that script that I showed you guys to like whatever site I want, and I could just reuse this exact same short code, this exact same opt-in system on all of my site, and then just keep building it from there, right? So that's literally how easy it is. All right, webhook integration. So what you guys will see here on the left side is webhook integration. So what happens is so firstly, let's go ahead and copy the script, and then I'll explain to you guys what webhook integration means if you guys aren't familiar with that. So I'm going to go back to our dashboard here. I'm going to go back into the snippets, and Leo's opt-in quiz, I believe that is today, August 20th. So I'm actually going to turn that one off just so we don't get confused. And then I'm going to paste in the new code, update. And then we have to go back to, okay, don't show this again. I'm being blocked. Zoom is blocking like my interface here because I'm running back on my laptop. So 1 second. All right. So the quiz is still the same. And let's go to our PPC basic leads here. And then there we go. So this is Leo, who submitted his information just a couple of minutes ago. Is he a U.S. citizen? Amazing. Is his income less than 50K? Great. And then let's go. Now we have settings as well. So for the settings is where we start passing our data, right? So webhook URL is going to take this information, Leonidas, and my phone number, and it's going to basically pass it into the specific URL or like the website that we want to process that information to, right? So I'll simply type in here, for example, https my processor for optins.com, right? So just assume that you have like a link here, whether it's make.com, whether it's go high level, whether it's N8N, whether it's, Excel. So you can even pass the information to Excel, whether it's Zapier.com, right? You basically pass that information to Zapier and they will process that data. And what you saw previously is that it'll take that data and it will send it like this. So it'll send it in this format, which is called JSON. And it'll send the email, the phone number, citizenship, income, and the timestamp. So when the data was sent. And from there, you basically collect that information and you can do whatever you want with it. Like do magic, start sending SMSs, start sending phone calls, whatever it is you want, right? So we have the webhook URL and then the redirect URL. So this is where we're going to actually redirect the person to. So let's go ahead and redirect the person to ppcbasic.com, right? So once we submit our form once more, it's going to redirect us to our favorite website where you can sign up for the full course where I teach you guys how to do pay-per-call marketing with Google Ads. And it's going to ask you, are you a US citizen? Yes. Do you make less than 50K per year? Yes. And then your email address. So we'll do Leonidas again at ppcbasic.com. And then we'll do our phone number once more, 888-123-1234. And then get access now. And boom, beautiful. So now we have been redirected to ppcbasic.com, our ultimate destination. And with that literally only took us about 18 minutes to program, right? So that was, once you start getting the hang of it, it just becomes like even faster and faster and faster. You can build yourself a whole solution within like 5 minutes. So you have something in mind. You need it for your website. You program it almost instantaneously. So any questions with that? If not, we're going to go ahead and start building our Google Ads campaign of the day.